sadly the last roll of the dice was Q1, and what we were trying to assess there was not really his race pace, but his ability to put together longer runs than 5 or 6 laps.
I felt quite strong on a Friday, but every session I've gone out there, the pains just got worse and worse, and just starting to, you know, struggle on the bike really to get, especially the direction changes, the amount of direction changes at Cadwell, and the track's quite narrow, so when I do make a mistake, run onto the curb and getting close to the grass, it's just, I can't risk another injury, you know, and I've got the rest of the season to think about. Making the showdown was going to be a long shot anyway. I really needed to be up in the top 6, and languishing down in 15th and 20th isn't good enough. Doesn't show where the bike needs to be and where I need to be. So for safety reasons, I probably won't be racing tomorrow, and I've just got to get back to full fitness for Donington Park.
He's put in massive effort to get himself here and to have a go, but it's the right decision for James really, because if you're not 100%, you can end up costing yourself more by not giving it all here. And he did put in a great effort, but it just weren't quite enough.
If we do take the course of action that we've decided upon, it'll give us him chance to assess the kneecap, do the right thing before Donington Park, and another 2 weeks for him to follow the right course of rehab and recovery, and he'll certainly be back because he's a very determined guy, fitter and stronger for Donington.
Yeah, I mean, he's worked so hard, harder than I think anybody could believe or would realise, to make it to Cadwell Park. It was always going to be a big ask because this track is so physical.
For GBmoto Racing as a team, its sponsors, and for Kawasaki, we'd like to obviously have somebody in the showdown, and that guy right now, with what we've seen going on with Q1 with Jones Ellis, is Chris Walker. So as we have done all year, we'll throw all our might and support and effort behind Chris. He's in good form. He's just had a good run in Q1, and we're hopeful that he's in 6th position now. He'll stay there or fight for full 5th and make the grade.
Chris is having quite a strong weekend, as you can see from his results in qualifying. He was just pipped off of the front row from Tommy, and if he can cement 2 good results today, he's in the showdown, and he's really had a good season, not just around here. It's been a good season so far, and long may it continue, and we're looking forward to having some great results from Chris today.
Wasn't good enough for the front row, but a good second row position, and it's really important around here to qualify well because it's so hard to pass. So the last couple of rounds have all been about the showdown. Tough because we don't know what the weather's going to do here on race day, but you know, we've got our goals, and being in the showdown is the main goal, so that's nothing's changed there. We'll still be aiming for that.
Brilliant start for Shaky Byrne, gets his head down, so too does Tommy Dridewell. Oh, and a big moment there for Yuichi Kiyanari, but it's Walker who has tramped through from the second row of the grid and launched his Lloyds British GBmoto Kawasaki into 2nd place. Shaky Byrne leads the way, Chris Walker having a storming ride in 2nd place with Kiyanari behind him.
And that is Chris Walker now dispatched by Yuichi Kiyanari.
Kiyanari goes through, so does does Bridewell behind him in a copybook move.
On that part of the track,
oh, okay.
but and you can...
Kiyanari.
Kiel's had enough.
So meanwhile, out on track, we now have Shaky Byrne leading Tommy Bridewell and Chris Walker. Walker strong on the brakes. Very strong on the brakes. Linfoot has got the better of Hickman, so of Kirkham.
Someone's off the track. That was Josh Brooks.
Brooks runs off track, and that cost him very dearly.
And they're all putting their hands up now.
That's great. That's really good news. Just what Chris needs for his championship, and a great result for GBmoto.
On the last lap, and then we're checking back at Chris Walker's down there, closing in on Ben Wilson, Glenn Richard, Ben Wilson, John Kirkham, Chris Walker, bang, bang, bang. Walker's gone to 8th, and Chris Walker crosses the line in ahead of Ben Wilson and Michael Rutter.
Obviously, his podium finish in the first race, and then a solid finish comfortably ahead of some of his rivals. Takes him out of a very damp Cadwell Park back to Donington with a nice, a bit of a points blanket and a bit of a safety margin. We'll be working with James on plan B, which will be to get him fit enough to race again, which I'm sure we'll see at Donington, and then back into race winning and competitive mode as soon as possible. And then obviously on Chris's side of the garage, it's focused on 2 solid results, point scoring results at Donington, and hopefully a showdown position for Lloyds British GBmoto Racing.